Welcome to this KLM Royal Dutch Airlines video production. With this presentation, we would like to draw your attention to the correct method of recording damages that occur to aircrafts, and accordingly how to correctly report these damages to the OCC in Amsterdam. Aircraft damage can be caused in many ways, while loading or refueling, during maintenance, or from bird strikes or any other flying foreign objects. Your reports of these damages must be clear and accurate to ensure that the OCC can process them objectively and reply with the very best possible solution. We will now show you 3 separate cases of aircraft damage and how they should be correctly reported. The first example is of delamination and cracks on an inboard trailing edge mid-flap structure caused by a foreign object. Once the damage is found, its extent must be established. In our example, the honeycomb structure is in a visible state of delamination.
Dit is nog niet goed. Is goed.
To check for further non-visible delamination, you must tap around the damaged area as shown here. Listen closely for the changes in the tapping sounds. A solid sound means no delamination has taken place. A soft sound indicates a damaged area. In this case, the internal structure was not damaged. Tapping and marking as you go along define the damaged area.
Nu gaan we het hele gebied eens uittekenen. De schade is wel degelijk groter dan wat je ziet. Vervolgens meten we hem op.
Once marked out, the surface area of the delamination can be measured.
En dan zien we dat de lengte 8 inch is. Bij een breedte van ook 8 inch.
Now we can make a clear, detailed drawing of the damage, which must include all the necessary information. The area's outer measurements, the position of the cracks, and their precise measurements. And in this case, the position of the soft spot at the center of the delaminated area. The next step is to indicate the location of the damaged area on the aircraft. To do this, use a drawing from the maintenance manual. If no drawing is available, contact the OCC in Amsterdam and ask them to fax or email the appropriate drawings from the structure repair manual to you. Don't forget, take a photograph of the damaged area and send it in together with your report. Telephone contact must be established with KLM OCC where the minor or major structural damage is identified. A KLM structural engineer from the engineering department will verify the initial damage assessment according to GIM 2-5-124. Our second example concerns holes and dents. In this particular situation, a high loader drove up against the aircraft's fuselage. The result was a hole surrounded by dents and cracks.
Yeah.
This kind of damage and its repair is not covered in the SRM, so the manufacturer had to be contacted, demonstrating the importance of an accurate report. The inside of the fuselage must also be thoroughly checked for damage. Not only must hydraulic lines and electrical wires around the damaged area be checked, so too the internal structure. As you can see, in this case the stringer was also badly damaged. This is the actual report sent in to the OCC. The ground engineer in his report indicated correctly the right-hand alternate static port and the forward cargo door positions in comparison to the damaged area, but forgot to state the distances from these reference points, as well as not referring to the station and stringer numbers at all. This is how the report should have been done. Using the maintenance manual, establish the positions of the stations and stringers, taping and numbering them as you proceed. If no detailed drawing is available, remember the OCC can send you the appropriate drawings on request. This is how the station and stringer positions should have been shown. Take note of dents, cracks and sharp edges, all of which should have been submitted in the report this way. Please state clearly whether the measurements you use are metric or imperial inches. Our last example specifically concerns dents to aircraft fuselage. The first step to correctly determine and record such a dent is to mark off the positions of the closest stations and stringers with coloured tape. The coloured tape will be highlighted in the photograph that you will take later. Determine the contours of the dent and using a special felt pen, mark it off in this way. Next, at different points, measure and record the depths of the dent. Then, determine its surface area. Lastly, measure the position of the dent in comparison to the nearest station and stringer locations. This particular dent is located 6 inches up from station 2220, which means that it should be reported as being at station 2226. Provided you have clearly documented the stringer location number in your report, the distances between the stringer and the dent can also be recorded in the way shown here. This is how a report should be submitted. The finished report is faxed to the OCC in Amsterdam. At the OCC, the technical specialist contacts the engineers. The engineer makes an assessment and a final judgment of the reported damage by either contacting the manufacturer or through using the structural repair manual. Once the engineer has assessed the damage report and an appropriate solution has been found, he fills in a maintenance instruction form. The maintenance instruction form is sent to the OCC. At the OCC again, the maintenance instruction form is completed and sent forward to the awaiting ground engineer at the foreign station. This completes the process of documenting and of reporting aircraft damage. We hope that now, through having followed this video presentation, you have a deeper appreciation of the importance of clear and accurate damage reporting. Thank you for your time and your attention.